Greetings. My name is Darrell Eldridge. I am president and founder of the Life Changers Foundation Oilers in East Aldine, Texas. I would first off like to thank you for your time in allowing me to share my program with you. My program reaches to approximately 125 kids in the East Aldine, Spring, and North Houston communities. We service a majority of individuals who financially may not be able to afford in other venues the opportunity to have their kids be enrolled and involved in a program such as ours. My goals are simple: to utilize football to promote teamwork, discipline, organization, and education values. My program has been around since 2012. I've been involved in youth football for 19 years. I've produced in my programs a number of individuals who can be considered success stories. I sat around for a couple days and I reviewed videos from the past individuals who've applied for these grants, and I tried to come up with some grand mode of video or an elaborate option that I thought may wow you guys into allowing us to receive a grant. And I came to the conclusion that simple is better. That is what I am. That's what I do. My program is simple. My goals are simple. My video will be simple. In the past years, I have what I consider several success stories. And I have a couple visual aids that I've printed out. I have an individual, Mr. Londarius Thomas, 2015 All-Conference kick returner for Kansas Wesleyan University. I consider him a success story because he started with my program. He finished with my program. He's been an integral part of training kids that are in my program now. He was an outstanding player at Kansas Western University. He's a graduate, most importantly, of Kansas Wesleyan University, and he's now a coach there. And he's an individual who's reached out with the effort of giving tools for my kids to have a successful collegiate atmosphere. That in itself is a value that you can't place monetarily on, but in proportion to what we're trying to do, which is produce productive young men and women in today's society by utilizing the discipline and teaching aspects of football, it's a major plus. Hardrick Walker, graduate of my program, outstanding defensive tackle, Texas A&M, and contributor emotionally and physically to our program. Darian Candler, business graduate, Texas Lutheran, three-time champion, Texas Lutheran University. Again, college grad. DeMarcus Felton, standout running back, Texas Tech senior, and definite grad, 3.8 GPA. These guys are what I epitomize as success stories from my organization. They all came from the same graduating class from my organization, and they are just the cream of the crop of our success stories. Again, all of which come back to the community, donate their time and their efforts to allow those kids who, like themselves, would have no other way to afford that opportunity, get the opportunity. I could go on and tell you that we do community events. We take kids to sporting events to tie in the importance of community and sports. We've had benefits with the D12, the Dwight Howard Foundation. We've worked very closely with the Donald Driver Foundation for 17 years. He's been a friend of my family and has allowed me to utilize his program to strengthen kids who need that extra push. We work closely in our church and our community As you see here, we have coaches and kids that come out and help the community by feeding the homeless and the hungry. We are a Christian-based organization. Therefore, we do push that our kids who have no foundation, single-parent homes, multi-parent homes, who need the extra push, accompany us to church or church events when necessary. It's not a demand or a requirement, but we do ask that our members and our family, which is what we consider ourselves, a family, do participate in things of that nature when available. But those stories get to what the true story is. True success stories. Perfect example. 7-year-old freshman, GT student, Eli Edwards Johnson. Wonderful kid. Wonderful kid. His story already is amazing. Just a year ago, he was very unsure of whether he wanted to be involved in sports, albeit his bigger brothers were all members of my organization and successful members. He just didn't know if football was there for him. And I think it was because of certain aspects of the program or of the game that weren't made appealing to him. And with changes that are made daily, because as a program we learn intensely day by day, month by month, year by year. And with some valuable tools that we got from the Heads Up USA program, as far as technique, fundamentals, and making the training aspect of the game a little more fun and a little more kid-friendly, this year he's become a standout, and his love for the game is become more and more apparent. He placed very highly in a GT Expo where he decided to utilize football as his project theme. That in itself is a major step and shows the effect that this program has on individuals. Recently myself, I experienced a tragedy that is somewhat unexplainable emotionally. My 23-year-old son was killed in a hit-and-run accident. I have 3 boys. All 3 of my boys have been an integral part of my program, from participating in youth football to now all 3 of my boys were coaches of some aspect. With his death, the emotion that I felt gave me an insight of what some people, parents, single parents, low-income families that are in my program who have lost children, feel. And it's driven me even more to create a program that in some way can not ensure, it's impossible to ensure, but to affect the fact that parents shouldn't have to deal with the emotion of losing a child to the streets, or losing a child to the system, or losing a child, period. And if my program can be a guiding tool to send kids in the proper direction and fulfill their dreams, whether it be sports, academics, or just lifelong goals, utilizing the techniques that we can instill from football, then that's our goal. I think our impact on the community is one that is very necessary. It is imperative that we leave our footprint in today's society and today's youth as men and as women who are mentoring and providing an example that can be utilized, a template for success for our youth. I would like to thank Heads Up USA for making their program open, affordable, understandable, and accessible to all, not just coaches, but to parents and players as well. I think that going forward, it is a tool that I will definitely implement for the remainder of my youth football career. If I am selected and awarded in any degree a grant from Heads Up USA Football, there are many aspects of my program that can utilize that. I have children who can't afford equipment. Traditionally, that's been funded via coaches or via myself, and it's becoming an increasing expense, and it's becoming increasingly harder to do as an individual. I do think safety is important, and a part of safety is providing quality and accurate and standard appropriate equipment that the kids can safely participate in football in. Uniforms are an intricate part. Of course, if you look the part, you play the part. I would like to provide more adequate fields, and in doing so, by providing those fields for my organization, we also provide those fields and those facilities for the community. I am very active. My organization is very active in the community, and I think anything that we can produce and utilize to upgrade our community is an upgrade for our youth, an upgrade for ourselves, an upgrade for society. I won't take a lot of your time. Again, I appreciate you listening and opening your eyes and your heart to our program. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you, and God bless.